the universal mind, becoming one with the living cosmos. A spiritual journey into silence, awakening, and the world we could create through inner stillness. What if there is no separation? No wall between you and the stars, no gap between your thoughts and the mind of the universe? What if the voice that speaks inside you is the same intelligence that moves the galaxies? Some call it the self, some call it spirit, others consciousness or Brahman or the quantum field. But the mystics, they speak of it as the universal mind, not as an idea, but as a reality you can touch. And through silence, through meditation, through returning inward, you don't just find it. You remember that you've never been apart from it. Chapter 1. A world out of breath. We live in a world of noise. Fast scrolling, shouting headlines, divided opinions, burnout, isolation, addiction, a hunger for something we can't quite name. Behind every craving, behind every scroll, is a quiet whisper. There must be more than this. And maybe it's that more is not out there. Maybe it's in the space, between the thoughts, the breath you forgot to feel, the silence you never learned to trust. In our race for progress, we left something behind, ourselves. Chapter 2. Meditation, the original medicine. Enter meditation not as a ritual, but as a return, to sit, to feel your breath, to let the world fall away, and simply be. Meditation is not about becoming something new. It's about remembering what you already are. For centuries, sages, monks, healers, prophets, all said the same thing. Go within, be still, and you will know. Today, science is finally listening. Studies show that even just 10 minutes of meditation a day reduces anxiety and depression, improves attention and sleep, enhances memory and emotional regulation, activates brain regions tied to compassion, empathy, and self-awareness. But what these studies cannot measure is the doorway it opens. Because after the breath slows, after the mind softens, there is a space. And in that space you meet the infinite. Chapter 3. The universal mind, not a belief but being. So what is the universal mind? It is not a concept. It is not someone else's God. It is not far away. It is the awareness in you, the silence behind your thoughts, the space that hears these words, right now. It cannot be seen, but everything is seen by it. It cannot be touched, but all sensations move through it. It is you before the name, before the story. And in deep meditation, when the ego dissolves, when the veil lifts, what's left is not emptiness. It is a living intelligence, peaceful, boundless, watching, loving. Some call it God, others just smile and sit longer. Chapter 4. When we awaken, the world changes too. What if meditation isn't personal? What if your stillness heals not only you, but the field around you? In studies, collective meditation has shown drops in crime rates, lower hospital visits, improved community well-being, more synchronized heart rhythms in groups. And spiritually, people begin to report feeling others' pain as their own, spontaneous joy without cause, the collapse of the me versus them illusion, a sense of deep purpose without striving. The more we meditate, the more we realize I am not this body, not just this mind. I am the field, I am the light. I am what you are too. And this shift from separation to oneness, is the most radical healing the world can know. Chapter 5. Mystical glimpses. Ordinary people, extraordinary states. Mystical experiences aren't rare anymore. Millions of people, in silence, on retreats, in deep meditation, have reported losing all sense of time and space, feeling merged with light, with love, with everything, seeing themselves in all beings, hearing a silent voice that feels ancient and intimate. And after these glimpses, they come back changed, not as saints, not as prophets, but as softer human beings, more patient, more present, less reactive, less afraid. And perhaps that's the sign of true awakening. Not that you float, but that you land deeper, wiser, kinder. Chapter 6. Living meditation. Walking as a wave of the one mind. You don't need to sit in a cave to be awake. You can meditate while walking, while washing dishes, while listening to a friend. The breath becomes your anchor. The now becomes your home. When you live in presence, the world opens. Colors deepen, food tastes brighter. Even pain becomes less sharp, because you no longer resist it. This is the real power of meditation. It makes you real. It brings you out of the mind's movie and into the raw, sacred nowness of life. It does not remove suffering, but it removes unnecessary suffering. It returns you to the place where you can respond, not react. Create, not consume. Love, not fear. Chapter 7. A new humanity, rooted in spirit, growing in peace. Now imagine this: a world where stillness is normal, where silence is honored, where children are taught how to listen to their inner voice before they memorize math, where leaders meditate before they speak, where healing begins not with a pill but with presence. This is not utopia, this is alignment. It's already happening. Communities are forming around conscious living. Corporations are creating spaces for meditation and mental well-being. Psychology is merging with spiritual insight. Science is beginning to talk about consciousness, not as in the brain, but as the field in which the brain appears. And behind all this is the universal mind, waking up through us. Final chapter, becoming the breath of the cosmos. So, who are you? You are not your name, not your trauma, not your thoughts. You are awareness, timeless, spacious, here. The more you return to this in meditation, the less life feels like a battle and more like a river. You stop grasping, you start flowing, you stop fearing the end because you've touched the part of you that never began. And this is the universal mind, the source of every breath, every heartbeat, every act of beauty. To live as this is not to become someone great. It is to become real, humble, present, alive. So sit and breathe, not to escape the world, but to meet it more fully. Feel the silence behind the breath, the still watcher of all, and know you are not separate. You are the cosmos, awake and becoming whole.